friends, welcome back to the Neuro YouTube channel. My name is Jess and here we talk all things fiber arts and mental health related. Today is another podcast episode, so grab your drink of choice, grab your project of choice, and let's get started. So I've been really enjoying making more podcast episodes for you guys. For me, they're a little bit more laid back and I kind of know what I'm making every week and I like being consistent. So I think we're going to continue with this going forward. So also to note, we do have a little furry friend joining us today. She is actually behind the camera, sitting in the window ledge, purring. So if you hear that, Mocha is with us in the room today. I'll put in a little clip like over here or something so you guys can see our little furry mascot who's always keeping me company while I'm working, making content. She just really likes to be in the window. I don't think it has anything to do with me. I think she just really likes the window, but I'll take it. I'm gonna pretend in my heart that it's her wanting to spend time with me. So, going into WIPs, I also have some exciting news. I am finalizing my pattern project, so that currently is actually in my focus projects this week. This week, maybe next week. I'm hoping within the next 2 weeks to put out a tester call. So keep an eye out for that. I'll definitely be saying something here. I'll say something on Instagram. That way, if you want to try testing it, you can try to sign up. I'm probably going to put a Google form together and let you guys know all the details as we continue to move forward. But my friend Lisa from the Cozy Cauldron, we're actually working on it together. She made up a beautiful sock set for it, so I'm currently knitting it up in the color she created and I cannot wait to show you guys more. I'm so excited. This is going to be my first ever pattern, so that's what I have going for focus. I just cast it on yesterday, so I'm hoping to be able to show you guys a little bit more soon. The first to-go project I have to show you guys is this one. It is the Bloody Valentine in the Barley Pearls bag. We are at past the heel. I did a different heel than what calls for in the pattern just because I am practicing the German short row heel and I'm just trying to kind of perfect how it's coming out. I'm really liking it. It's coming out. I think it's coming out fantastic. I'm not to toot my own horn or anything, but I have been very much enjoying this pattern. It's called Stack of Books by Sock Witchery. I will have the project page linked below, which will link back to the pattern. I know Lindsay was running a sale. I don't know for how long it is. It could be done by the time this is over, but I think there's been several people, including myself, knitting on these, and she actually decided she was going to knit some socks in it too, because of how pretty everything is coming out. So I'm very excited to have those almost done. I'm hoping to maybe have them done by the end of the month, but I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. Pattern socks take me a tad bit longer because I can't just not look at them and think. I have to actually think about what row I'm on. So, but that's what those are looking up and knitting up as. And then the other project I have on the needles is the flame socks. This is in a Katie Dids bag. I love this bag. So these are both also at the exact same point. So this is, the yarn is Woolly Mama called Flame. I think it's knitting up beautifully. It's a vanilla sock, 60 row leg, 20 2x2 row ribbed, German short row heel, and then like I said, I'm on the foot. Just, this is like kind of my, what I've been going with, like my typical vanilla formula. I have been leaving notes about how I do my vanilla socks on the project pages, so if you want to replicate what I'm doing, that's where I keep all the notes inside. I find it easier just to keep it short and sweet in the project page. So if you want to try doing them how I'm doing them, just go and check out my page there. The next thing I kind of want to dive into is the finished objects. If you noticed, I didn't have a certain pair of socks on the needles anymore, and that's because they are done. Winter court socks are finally finished. I definitely need to start working on February's sock set, but we're gonna probably cast those on today or tomorrow, maybe, just to at least have cuffs done, because I have 2 pairs of socks I'm trying to finish before the end of March, which is in actually 1 week, because I'm filming this on Sunday. So I'm very excited about these done. All notes are always in the project page on how I do things. Very similar to the flame socks in my vanilla sock formula, 20 row 2x2 ribbing. This is a 3-row pop of color, then it's 13 rows in between, 6 rows for each stripe, and then there's 3 rows in the middle, and then I just knit it as normal. So if you ever want to duplicate how I make my socks, I always leave notes in my project pages. Next little part of the podcast we're gonna do is acquisitions, which we're gonna do in 2 parts, because I have yarn and then I have project bags to show you, and I have to record in clips because my phone does not like really long videos. It's because probably I have too much stuff filling up the storage, but I'm not gonna delete anything because that is not something I want to do at the moment. So we're gonna start with yarn, and then I have project bags I also want to show you that I got. I think I talked about them maybe last week, but I'm not sure. But we're gonna start with yarn. So everything but one is from Cozy Cauldron Fiber Co. I have such a love for her yarn and her colors. I have a lot of her yarn. So we're gonna start with the non-Cozy Cauldron and then go into her stuff, because I have 3 skeins from her, 2 being sock sets, and then 1 not being socks, all going to be knit into socks though. And then, but I also ordered the next color for that year-long MCAL that I'm doing with Allie and my friend Brooke. So we'll start with that color. Here is the next color. I am not sure how to pronounce that, but if you can see it, that is the colorway. It's on their Expression Fiber Arts Buttery Sport Base. It's really pretty. I am not sure how this is going to relate to the rest of the colors, but you know, I'm just going with it. I'm buying the colors they tell me to. I'm still on clue 1. I'm waiting for Allie so we can start clue 2. Well, Allie and Brooke. This shawl, I am waiting for Allie and for Brooke to start clue 2. Brooke got her colors a little bit later than everybody else because she's not doing like the main color, she's doing like the cottage core colorways, and me and Allie are both doing this one. Brooke did a shawl she did the MCAL last year for Stephen West, and she did a lot of purple, and she's just kind of purpled out at the moment, which is totally understandable. So she picked a green palette. That's like the cottage core-y palette. So she got hers a little bit later because it was like a pre-order. So hers, she has not started hers yet, but she's also doing a temperature blanket, which is coming out fantastic, by the way. And then Allie has a lot of stuff going on at home with like her work. So we're just waiting until everybody's ready, or at least I am, because I'm making myself sound really lame, like I'm the least busy, but you know, but this is the colorway. I think it's so pretty. Still not sure how it relates. Haven't gone and looked at the Ravelry discussion board yet to see how it looks in the shawl, because I don't care about being spoiled. Never have, never will, but this is what that is. Then we have the 3 sock sets I have. Not, well, one isn't. And then I have the yarn from Cozy Cauldron. I did her pre-order for April showers, which obviously I have to knit this up in April. Duh. But it's so pretty because it's got like that coloring right there. I love a good sock set. I love having a contrast color of some sort. So I can't wait to knit this up. Oh, it's so pretty. I can't wait. But I'm very excited for this. Put that off to the side. And then everyone knows that 3/14 is Pi Day. And I was so lucky to put my order in early enough where I have already gotten my Pi Day set from her. Look how pretty. Even came with like a little stitch marker of pie. It's so pretty. But the one thing I am going to say about this sock set is it will be waiting until November because I just think it'll be fun to knit a pie set up for Thanksgiving, and it gives me fall-y vibes, so I can't wait. This is on her squishy sock base. I know she was having an issue with her yarn supplier, but it's still just as soft. It's probably not just as soft because she's very particular about things, which I absolutely love about her because it just makes her colorways that much better. I think that she's very particular about her colorways, which is one of the many reasons I think makes her a good dyer, which is why she's so particular about her bases. Both the April showers and the plum pie sock set is on this. I've never had plum pie, but I'm not sure this will make me try it either, but the colors are pretty. So yeah, that is what I got from that. And then the last one is not a sock set, but it's so pretty. I think it might be on her old base, which gets me a tad excited. Yeah, this is on her old base. This is called Sunshine Daisies, and I think as long as the Crazy Sock Lady does it again this year, this is probably gonna wait till summer because it just reminds me of a summery colorway, and I'm so excited. It's so pretty. I couldn't resist. Wasn't part of any of her sales, but it was on her website, and in my brain it goes, pretty yarn, buy. Which next week we're gonna go over my March stats, and I'm gonna have a lot of yarn in this month, which I gotta get better at tracking. But yeah, this is the last thing I think I got for this month, or like this past week for yarn. And then the last part of acquisitions I have, because I have them all right here, are my project bags that I have recently got. I wanted more not Halloween slash Christmas inspired project bags because I have a ton of those. So that has been like my goal for my project bags, at least like these past couple weeks. And I'm going to a yarn fair in a few weeks with Allie, and Stitched by Jessica Lou's usually there, and I'll probably grab another sock bag from her. But I just want all the sock bags and all of the non-related colors. So I have 2 shops here that I bought from recently. I was lucky enough to grab a bag from Mountain State Stitches. I've never grabbed any of the bags from any of her drops, but I'm very excited about this one. It's so cute. It is springy, and I have one of my sock sets from not sock sets, but one of my yarns from Earth and Empress that's for Easter in this one. I might cast this one on today because I've been thinking about it, but yeah, I'm very excited about this one. All of my bags obviously have sock yarn ready to go in it, so there's that. But it's so freaking pretty. It's so springy slash summery, and I just love pastels. So, and I like how she makes her bags. I'm not usually a drawstring type of girl, which I'm sure you can tell because I have zippers on all of my bags, but specifically hers, I like, because I like the little handle. Not all drawstring bags have a little handle. Usually they just I think they just want you to use the drawstrings, but I like her little handle. I have a couple more of hers that I got from summer sock camp a couple years ago, so I knew I wanted at least 1 or 2 more. So if she drops any more, I might grab another one, but we'll see. But I really liked this one. And then I am a huge fan of this bag designer in particular. I'm sure you can all guess. Barley Pearls. So I grabbed 4 bags from their spring drop. Not sure if it's all springy-ish, but this one has bunnies, which is spring and summery to me. I absolutely freaking love bunnies. Fun fact, I don't know if anyone, I've ever probably said never to anybody on here. I actually had a bunny growing up until like the age of like 17 maybe, so like 10 years ago maybe he passed. His name was Bunny. I know, very original. My grandmother adopted him from another like family friend that we had, and we had him for forever. I loved him. He was my favorite. But bunny bag, which is so cute and yellow, and might house that sunflower yarn eventually. And then I got the pig one. I don't know why my hair's all over this. Little piggies. I have one of the little cups. What is it? I have one of like the Cottontail Farms. They have like the little, I think they're supposed to be for spinning. But Nitty Natty bought them, I think, a couple years ago, and she ended up using it to carry her yarn around, and I think it's become very popular for that. So I have one that has little piggies on it that I don't know where it is currently, but I want to put that in here so it has like a little set, and I just thought it was so cute. So that's my little piggy bag. And then I was torn between 2 different bags for this next one. I was either this one or I forget what the other one was. But I asked my brother, Chris, he's the one who still lives with us at home, which one do I get? And he said, get the sock one. So the sock one it was. And I love it. I think eventually I might use it as like a design sock bag. Like I like having things like specifically assigned to certain things, so I know in my brain what goes with what kind of thing, because just by looking at the bag, like I have over the last week, I also bought myself a pair of 9-inch circulars to just have my designs on them, and if I'm not designing, then nothing is on them, just because I like to knit so many different socks at the same time. I wanted to make sure I had a set that was specifically for that. And then I want to have a specific bag, which will probably end up being this one, if I'm being honest. So that is the sock bag. And then the last one, is kind of funny, and I'm not even sure he remembers, but when Joe and I first started dating, Joe lives in a small town in our state, and he was part of like their Facebook page for the town, and someone was starting to sell chickens, and he was, I don't want to say he was pranking them or being sarcastic with me about it, but he was like asking them how much it was like fluffy chickens, they were really cute. He was asking them how much they were and all that, and he was trying to convince his mom to get a coop in the backyard, but she's like, no, because it's one of those like small towns in the state where there's a lot of wild animals, and yeah, it's not one of those things you want to leave outside. And he has gotten bears on their security cameras outside and has shown them to me, and it just wouldn't be conducive to have chickens because we'd all end up loving them and then we'd all be sad they're gone. So probably not a good idea. But in memory of that memory, got the chicken bag. Not fluffy chickens, but still reminds me of that memory, and I really like it. So it makes me happy and I'm going with it. So, but that's what I got for acquisitions. And now we've made it to the life section updates of the podcast. So I actually have a update-ish kind of thing for you guys. I actually have a freaking bookstore in my town, in my city. Yeah, I live in a city. Excuse my brain fart. But we haven't had one since I think I was in like middle school. And it was a Borders, and I believe Borders is bankrupt now, and I don't think there's any around, or at least there's none where I live. Not honestly sure about that. But yeah, I'm very excited. In a couple hours, because I think it's around like, hold on. It's 1 o'clock. I think at least my youngest brother said he'd go with me to the new Barnes and Noble. My other brother might be meeting us there. Not sure if his girlfriend's coming with us or not, but I'm so excited to finally have a bookstore that's less than 10 minutes away, because I think the closest one was 25 minutes away from here, and then Joe has two kind of near him. One was like more 45 minutes, and then the other one is maybe like around like 25 minutes to 30 minutes to get there, I think. I'm honestly not sure because I don't usually drive and I'm not usually paying attention to the time. Not gonna lie. But I'm very excited about it, to go visit it. I'll probably buy a couple books, maybe. I don't know. Not making any promises. I did see a couple like stitch patterned books I might want to get because I really like doing textured socks for my patterns. So we shall see. And watching, I'm on season 3 of The Office. I think I'm like halfway or a little bit more than halfway through season 3. Not 100% sure. The last episode I was just watching is Jim is playing pranks on Andy, I think. Yeah, that's what was happening. I was just watching it before I started recording for you guys because I'm really wanting to get when to Jim and Pam get together, and I just never watched it. Like I said, I don't care about spoilers, but I do like Jim and Pam a lot. I knew before going into it because this came out, I have no idea when, but a while ago. And I never got into it. I think both my brothers have watched it. Joe's watched it. Our friend Allie's watched it with her husband Mike. Everyone's watched it, and I'm just like, I'm done with this. I need to know, and I'm watching it. So we're on season 3. We have watched, and we've watched one more episode of Avatar. At least, I don't think we've watched all of it. I think we're on episode 3, and they're in the Earth Stronghold area with a couple different things going on in this episode. That it's definitely several episodes combined from the animated series that wasn't there to begin with, but I don't know. We're also watching Avatar right now. Like I said, Joe and I've been watching it little bit by little bit. We're on episode 3. We're in the Earth Stronghold, and that's where he sees a childhood friend. Not trying to give too much away. And they've combined a couple different episodes with a little bit longer storyline in the animated series and very much shortened them. And I'm okay with this because they aren't super important parts of it, but I'm not sure how they're gonna do this whole thing with excuse Mo, she's sneezing. I'm not sure how they're going to do parts of it with the bigger plot of the episode. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I'm continuing to watch it again with an open mind, knowing it's a shorter version of it. But my favorite parts are definitely the CGI. Netflix spared no cost to it. It's definitely what an Avatar fan would want for a live action, CGI wise at least. Appa, fantastic CGI. Momo, fantastic. The bending, great. I love that part, and I'm really glad that they nailed that. I'm still iffy with the plot. Characters, nailed them. Everything else, nailed it. Plot, Jess is still iffy on. So we're just gonna have to wait and see, and I'll let you guys know how I feel about it as we continue to keep going. So, but I do have some good news that I've been talking about for the past couple episodes that I have not been able to read. So this past week I did a kind of little brainstorm, and I started listening to an audiobook that I bought probably end of last year because I just saw it on TikTok. I was like, sounds good, bye. I have 3 hours left of it. I'm hoping that it takes me out of like my reading slump. I've been very much enjoying reading it in the car and listening to it at work. So I'm hoping that trend continues, and then next week I'll be able to tell you about how I liked it and tell you guys about the next book I'm reading. So I'm hoping that's what happens, but we'll see. So the book is called Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. It's a cutesy hockey romance, which is totally not typically my mojo. I am very much a 100% fantasy reader with these kind of books mixed in when I need like a little bit of a break, and I have not been able to get into my fantasy books, so I figured it might be time for that little break. So it does have some smut in it. It's enemies to lovers. It's really cute. The characters are really cute. Except for one, he's a total like asshole. Like, Jesus, so mean. But I really like it. It's really cute, so I'm hoping. I don't think it's gonna be a 5-star read per se, because the writing style of these books sometimes is a little funky. But I still read them. I definitely prefer to listen to these types of books because I don't necessarily like pay attention that well to the writing style, but definitely something, if you are picky about it, writing style's probably not for you, because it's one of those cutesy things that they just kind of put out into the world, and I'm totally okay with that. I like these books. So, and they're not for everybody. So that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for future videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys. Happy knitting.